Hello, everyone, and welcome into your daily card pull for Wednesday, September 6th. So we will go ahead and jump in and see what all messages are coming through from the divine and spirit. One of the new things that I've started doing in the last few videos or so is in the description box, there's links to what time each of the different sets of signs start. So if you're wanting to just skip ahead to your specific one, you can find that information in the description box down below. So before we get started, we'll pull 3 cards to see what the general energy from the collective is for today, and then we will jump in to the signs. 7 of Pentacles, Page of Wands, and then we have our 10 of Swords. So the 7 of Pentacles, this is about kind of some growth for you. So it looks like there is growth that's happening. The 10 of Swords, though, is this betrayal and exhaustion. So I know a lot of times, a lot of growth can be exhausting. So some of this growth, though, it's leading to a lot of happiness. So there is some happy energy there, but at the same time, there is kind of that sense of being just burned out and exhausted with feeling like you're constantly growing and having to work on yourself and healing and all of that. So there is something beautiful about having that healing, but at the same time, I know there's plenty of days where I'm like, I just want to be laying on a beach somewhere. I don't want to have to deal with all the heavy energy, but oops, card kind of flipped itself over. All right, so for today, let's start with our earth signs. So that's going to be our Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and see what messages are coming through for you. Temperance. So this is kind of that card about balance and patience and, like moderation. So it's also about kind of, I guess, tempering your emotions and not letting any one emotion kind of dominate and take over. So that is what you are being called to do. So especially if you're in this like growth mode, but exhaustion, it's kind of also that good reminder of, okay, try to kind of stay neutral. Don't let the highs get too high. Don't let the lows get too low. Just kind of ride it out. All right. So your soul journey card is grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. So however that plays out for you, whether if it's in a job situation, if you're kind of in a little bit of a state of grief there, maybe you've lost your job, or if it's, strain in relationships, be it family relationships, friends, romantic relationships. And some of it too is even as you go, and I would say this is something important to remember as well, as you go through some of this ascension journey and you're healing and you're having some of those layers of ego death as certain concepts or ideas or beliefs that you had about yourself or about the world around you, as those start to fall, like if you're going through like a dark night of the souls, that type of thing, there is some grief associated with losing who you were before. So, even if it's not the actual death of a person, sometimes it can feel like that if you've changed really dramatically, even though in the long run, yeah, maybe it's for the good. Sometimes there's still a sense of grief of like that you lost who you were. All right, your light workers card. Okay, this says, Imrama, where are you being called to journey to? So as you're going through these layers of growth, like the 7 of Pentacles layer of growth, where are you journeying to? So and I know we've talked a lot about that before about if you want to go somewhere, like if you want your life to have a certain path, if you want to be on a certain path, you have to know where you want to go, because that'll give you kind of focused direction. Oops. And this was your flip card, right path, wrong approach. So, however this resonates with you, that maybe you have figured out kind of what is your journey, but you're going about it the wrong way. Maybe you're too reliant on another person in that journey. Part of it is I want to build a successful business. Maybe that's the right path for you to build a successful business, but maybe your approach of, oh, well, I really want to have this person as my partner, but that person's not available, not interested, not willing, whatever, to be on that path with you. So instead you just kind of sit back, oh, well, I guess I'm not going to do that then. Or the flip side of that might be true, that maybe you're more independent and you're saying, no, I want to have my own business, but no, I want to do it all on my own. It's just me. And you're running into obstacles because it's really the type of business where you need a partner, and you're not willing, or up until now, you haven't been willing to accept that as a possibility. So your path is right, but your approach is wrong. And maybe it's that some of the people involved in this situation need to change, or how you view the situation needs to change. So let's take a look at our water signs. So that's our Scorpio, Virgo, Pisces. The Judgment card is coming in. So remember, that's that divine judgment coming in, kind of balancing of the situation. This is when it gets to the end of your cycle, when it gets to the end of that journey, because that's card number 20, and 21 is the World, and that's the very last one. So you're getting towards the end, and now this is that point of reflection. Like, did I learn my lesson? Did this situation develop the way it was supposed to? Do I need to go back and learn more lessons? So Soul Journey card is Doubt. I release the need to know all of the answers. So, usually with these, there's the first word or a couple of words, and then the part under it is, what do you do to kind of combat those feelings? So with you, if you're sitting in this position of doubt, and this is kind of also the reassurance, this Judgment card is, no, divine judgment is coming in. So you don't have to worry about it. The divine is balancing this situation. And that goes along with this, I release the need to know all the answers. You don't have to know all of the answers. You just have to have faith and trust that things are working out and unfolding the way that they're supposed to. So Lightworker's card is no. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. So I guess that card, however that resonates with you, if you're at a situation where you're kind of going back and forth and you're having doubts, like, should I do this? Should I not do it? What should I do? The message here from the Lightworker perspective is no. And some of that may be, because I feel like some of the times when we're looking at the cards, it's like that, oh, have faith, have confidence, be bold, take that leap. With this one coming up as no, I think the important thing is to look at it and say, why is it no? Especially because it's coming out from the Lightworker's deck. Why is it, why is it coming out as no? Maybe there's something else that needs to be addressed first before you can move forward with whatever this path is. And there's only, like, in this deck here, because I haven't totally finished working on all of these, there's only about, I think, four timing cards, and one of them came out just now, and it says after you have healed. So when you've been going back and forth, the answer is no until after you've healed. So don't jump into something just because you're getting antsy. You're having some of those doubts, and that's because you're learning, and that goes along with this Judgment card. You're having doubts because you're learning. Maybe this is a lesson that you've already had a couple of other times in a related way, and divine judgment is coming in and saying, hey, we need to see if you've really learned this lesson. And so the cards are coming out to say, no, wait, you need to heal a little bit more before you jump into whatever it is that you're jumping into. All right, air signs. That's our Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What do we have for you today? Strength. And that one's pretty self-explanatory, that, you need to look for your inner strength. If you feel like you're being tested, this is one of those times to double down on your inner strength. Don't be reactive to what's happening. You can respond to what's happening, but don't be like knee-jerk reactive to what all is going on around you. Find that inner balance and strength. All right. Soul journey, happiness. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. So if you feel like you've been looping in kind of this like sad type of energy, then you need to, when you're working on this happiness part, is how do you align yourself with experiences that make you happy, whether that's like how you're interacting with other people, with jobs, where you live, even something like pets, or and when I say kids, obviously if your kids are stressing you out, that's not like, all right, I'm done with you. But if you're talking about starting a family and it scares you and it makes you feel like, oh, I don't really want to do this, but your partner does, that's one of those things you need to make sure you're aligning with what's making you happy. Like don't do things just because other people think you should be doing them. So rely on that personal strength to lead you to where you need to go. The crumbling, what are you clinging to? So this is very kind of reminiscent of like the Tower card. So there you go, if you could see that. So it's very reminiscent of the Tower card, like, and when it's talking about the crumbling, what are you clinging to? What structure, belief, scenario needs to fall away in order for you to move forward in a happier state? Because sometimes it's like, but this is all I know. Like I really wanted whatever situation to work out. But what are you clinging to that's keeping you from being happy? And maybe you're in college and you've picked a major and you're, it's making you unhappy. You don't like the classes. You're unenthused about it, but all your life you've been told that you're going to be, an engineer, an accountant, a doctor, a lawyer, whatever. So it's like you're clinging to that because that's all you've ever known. And that's, you're expected to do that, but it's making you unhappy. So these cards, and they all do line up very well together. Like, what are you clinging to? And if you're happy, then you're on the right path. So use that strength to stand up to say, this is what I want. This is the path I need. And then this card comes up. Lessons will repeat until you learn. So, and as you know, I love to look at the colors and look at the way the colors all go, this gold in Worf's jacket or whatever. And it kind of has that orangey gold in here. And that's what's right in the middle of this crumbling tower. And then over his shoulder, you have that bright planet that kind of matches up with this. So yeah, for our air signs, the message is hold fast and use all of your strength to hold fast to choosing the path that's going to make you happy, because otherwise you're just going to keep looping through these lessons in some way, shape, or form. All right, last but not least, we have our fire signs. So let's see what we have for Aries, Leo, Sag. The Hierophant. So this is that, kind of mentor, guru, structured, traditional, like inside the box type of thinking. So when this card comes up, and it's always interesting and it'll resonate differently with everybody. Either you're being called to, okay, let's find yourself a guru, a mentor, let's keep with these traditional types of thinking. Or it could be that this is the path that needs to crumble. So something to do with your expectations of yourself and your situation, that like kind of here's the box that I'm in, and how do you deal with that? So it'll be different for everybody. All right, abundance. I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. So putting that with the Hierophant, it's that energy of, you can do whatever, like you can manifest whatever you want. Is staying inside of this pre-established box, is that what's making you happy? Or is that what's making you feel like you are imprisoned because of the rules and structures, and this is what society or my family or my friends or my peers say that I should do? All right. And then the next card that came up, your light workers card, was play. Have fun, celebrate, and don't be so serious. So with that, and that's an interesting card that comes up, kind of in contrast to this more structured, rigid, this is the traditional way, this is how we do things. This is just the way life is supposed to unfold. And the light worker side is like, have fun. Not everything needs to be gloom and doom and challenge. And this one's interesting. That tower is protecting you. So let's look at all of these together. It looks like there is some big change that's coming up because there's something, this box is keeping you from your abundance. It's keeping you from your happiness because you are this limitless being and you can manifest whatever you want as long as you believe that you can, that you're worthy of being able to manifest it. And the thing is, you are worthy as an energetic light being. Like, there's no reason why you are not worthy. Whatever, even if you maybe did some things earlier in your life that you think are bad things that you did, those are actions of your avatar. You as like I said, as a light being, as a spiritual being, you are blessed and you are capable of bringing in so much abundance and you're worthy of it. It's just a matter of this kind of inside of the box thinking is locking you out of your blessings. This tower that's coming for you, that's going to, burn it all to the ground. This is actually protecting you from, I'll call it a life of being mismatched with your purpose. So you're taking yourself too seriously. You need to play. You need to let that, whatever this tower is that's coming in for you, let it happen and have faith in the divine that it's happening for a reason and it's protecting you and it's helping to put you back onto your path that you chose, like before you incarnated. That was kind of your life path, your plan. This is where you're supposed to go. And you somehow got off course and it's been so difficult trying to turn that, that ship the other way. So, okay, if there's a tower that, kind of, it'll help get you back on course. So let the tower happen. I hope today's reading has been helpful for you. And as always, take only what resonates and leave the rest behind. So I wish you peace and joy along your journey, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.